friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to compare two budget smartphone Xiaomi in India, the Redmi Note 8 which was released a few days back with the Xiaomi's Mi A3. So these two devices are under different segment. One is under the Mi series, one is under the Redmi series, but both have a lot of similarities. They also differ in various aspects. So in this video we'll analyze all these aspects and see which is a better device to buy. So the Redmi Note 8 pricing starts at 9,999 while the Mi A3 pricing starts at 12,999. So there is a 3K difference between these two devices. So is it worth buying the Mi A3 with additional 3K pricing? So that's what we are going to do in this video. So let's get started. First up, let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now looking at the back panel design of both these devices, you can see that the Redmi Note 8 has a flat back while the Mi A3 has a curved finishing. So that gives additional design aspect to the Mi A3. You can see that it's a curved finish which gives good in-hand feel as well, and you can also see the chrome strips on the sides of the device give it a more premium feel than the Redmi Note 8. The Redmi Note 8 still feels premium because it is made of glass, but it has a flat back panel and in-hand feel is not as good as the Mi A3. So in terms of design and build quality, design wise we feel the Mi A3 is the better device because on two counts. One is the curved finish gives it more compact feel, and it's also smaller in size, so that definitely gives an added advantage. Apart from that, it also feels premium with the chrome finishing. Now in terms of the build quality, both are equally good and both are made of glass and does pretty well in terms of the overall build quality. Now next let's talk about the display. So here we have two different displays in fact. So we have an AMOLED display on the Mi A3. So this is an HD plus AMOLED display, 6.01 inches AMOLED display, while we have an IPS LCD panel on the Redmi Note 8. This is a full HD panel and this is a 6.3 inches display. Now here we have a difference, so you can see both of them closely. Now the difference here is the AMOLED panel. Now the Mi A3 AMOLED panel looks really crisp and the colors are really punchy and vibrant and better than the Redmi Note 8, but where the Mi A3 falls short is the pixel density. So if you look closer, you can actually see this is an HD plus resolution display. The pixels are almost way too higher on the Redmi Note 8 because of the full HD resolution. So that way we feel the Redmi Note 8 has the overall advantage even though the Mi A3 has an AMOLED display. So that's the display aspect of these two devices. Now both are protected by Gorilla Glass and you have the Gorilla Glass protection on the front and the back panel. Now moving on to the software of these two devices. So this is one area where there is a drastic difference. We have the Xiaomi's Mi A3 with the stock Android while we have the Redmi Note 8 with the MIUI. So these two devices differ in the software experience. So if you have used the MIUI device, you might be knowing that MIUI offers a lot of customization options, including support for themes. Then we have dual app support, second space, and a whole lot of features including gestures are supported. While if you have used Mi device, you might be knowing this comes with the stock Android. So this is the stock Android experience. So there are no additional third-party apps installed and settings available on the Mi A3. It's a plain stock Android. It is under the Android One platform. So you have to decide whether you want a customizable UI. Then you have to go with the Redmi Note 8 with MIUI 10. If you want the stock like experience, then go with the Mi A3. Now additional advantage for the Mi A3 is that it is getting 2 rounds of Android updates. So Android 10 should be coming up soon and the next version of Android should also be coming up for the Mi A3. So if you're very particular about the software or having the latest software, then Mi A3 is the choice, and if you want a customizable UI with a lot of additional features, then the Redmi Note 8 should be a choice. Now both the phones are equipped with the same processor. We have the Snapdragon 665 chipset on both the phones. We have 4GB RAM on both the phones. There's also 6GB RAM available. Now in terms of the experience, we didn't see any major difference. Both are equally good. The 665 does a pretty good job overall in terms of day-to-day experience. Now when it comes to gaming, that's where the Redmi Note 8 has an advantage on two counts. One is that it has a full HD plus resolution display. That means the gaming experience as such looks better. And secondly, the Redmi Note 8 has a bigger display, 6.3 inches versus 6.01. So those two aspects give the Redmi Note 8 advantage in terms of the gaming experience. In terms of the overall experience with PUBG Mobile, the graphic settings and all those features are quite similar, but the overall experience was slightly better on the Redmi Note 8. Now both the devices have fingerprint scanner and face unlock. Now the difference is that the fingerprint scanner on the Redmi or rather the Mi A3 is in-display fingerprint scanner, which is kind of slow at times, while face unlock is quite okay. Now when it comes to the fingerprint scanner experience on the Redmi Note 8, we have the fingerprint scanner mounted on the back panel and it is more faster than the Mi A3. So fingerprint scanner performance and face unlock is definitely better on the Redmi Note 8. Now next, moving on to the cameras. Now this is one area where these two devices have similarities as well as they differ as well. Now both have 48 megapixel cameras, so you can see that both the devices have a 48 megapixel camera. Now the difference is that the Redmi Note 8 has Samsung's GM1 sensor, while we have the Sony's IMX586 sensor on the Mi A3. Now both the devices have an ultra wide angle camera and a depth sensor. Now additionally, the Redmi Note 8 has a 2 megapixel macro sensor. That is advantage for the Redmi Note 8. Now in terms of the camera performance, now these are some samples we have taken with these two devices. So here we can see that both does a pretty good job. There isn't a clear winner out of these two devices because it's both have mixed performance. In some areas the Redmi Note 8 did have an advantage, while in some areas the Mi A3 had an advantage. The Sony's IMX580 sensor is definitely a superior sensor. It does produce some really sharp images, good colors as well, but in some cases it was the Redmi Note 8 which did better. So these are some sample shots. You can have a look at these photos and decide which looks better. For in our testing we found that both does pretty good job overall for the price segment they're being offered. Now the selfie experience was tad better on the Mi A3, but the Note 8 also had a decent selfie experience. Now advantage with the Redmi Note 8 is that the macro mode, which does a pretty good job. So overall in terms of camera performance, we feel the Redmi Note 8 definitely has an advantage with the macro lens, but the Mi A3 is also really good with the Sony's IMX586 sensor. Now finally, moving on to the battery life. So we have a 4000 mAh capacity battery on both the devices. Both support 18-watt fast charger. Now in terms of battery experience, even though the Mi A3 has an HD plus resolution display and a smaller size in terms of display size, we didn't see any major difference in terms of the battery performance. Both are equally good and does give you like 5 to 6 hours easily on a single charge with a 4000 mAh capacity battery. So now summing up, which one should you buy? That's a tough question to answer because the Mi A3 has a lot of things going its way because of the AMOLED display, really good design, software updates are promised, pretty good cameras as well, good performance. But when it comes to Note 8, it has a bigger display, more value for money at 999 pricing, macro camera is there, MIUI is customizable, good performance all around and a good battery life as well. So if you look all these things, the Mi A3 definitely offers slightly premium experience, but at the cost of an HD plus resolution display. But if you're more into value for money device, we probably suggest you to go with the Redmi Note 8, which is more of an all-round device than the Mi A3. So our choice probably would be the Redmi Note 8. But on one count, you should be going with the Mi A3 if you're more particular about the software experience and want the latest software updates. So that was a detailed comparison of the Mi A3 with the Redmi Note 8. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.